Howdy Crossroads, and welcome to Crossroads Football Live. I'm Sports Director Gino Perez, and I'll be your host tonight. Normally we would start with Tanya right off the top, but today that game between the Yoakum Bulldogs and the Cuero Gobblers is going late, so we'll check in with her later. Yoakum quarterback Kaven Smith, though, trying to get something going for his team with a tough run. Here we go. Runs to the right a little bit, shakes a guy off, and gets tackled by a gang of Gobblers right there. Now a little later in the game, fakes to hand it off, but it's a fumble. And the Cuero Gobblers would come up with it, giving the Gobblers great field position. Cuero takes over, and a run and handoff to Tyson Williams, who's battling and reaching for the end zone for the first score of the game. Cuero would go for two and get it 8-0 Cuero. Cuero again looking to put some points on the board, but it's intercepted by Jaden Jones, giving the Bulldogs great field position. And he's still trying to drag his way out of bounds. Here we go, but Smith drops back after the INT and heaves it down the field to number 9, Kadarius Price, with the shoestring catch, 6-8 Cuero. Now for the most controversial call of the night. It looks like the Cuero receiver caught it, but then it was stripped, and it looked like Yoakum was going to take it all the way back for the touchdown. The referees would convene and they would decide that it would be a touchdown for Cuero instead of Yoakum, which would cause a swing in score. And we don't have the full score on that just yet. Oh, yeah, we do. 28-12. Cuero would stay undefeated and beat the number-ranked Yoakum Bulldogs. Now we head on over to Calhoun versus the Rice Birds, and it was all Calhoun in the first half. The Rice Birds would go 3 and out after a blitz sack from the Sand Crabs near their own 5-yard line. El Campo, on their next possession, following a Calhoun 3 and out, would get a nearly 20-yard pass reception to wide receiver Christian Miles. But their next drive would not last as long, as the next play would result in a dropped pitch and scoop and score. Number 48, he's rumbling, he's tumbling. You love to see a big man score. And yeah, I mean, what's not to say about that? Now the quarterback pitches it out to the left side, and he gets in for the end zone. That's a 10-yard score right there. Sand Crabs again they would count him out, but the running back, I got juked there. Sorry, my bad. They score anyway for the touchdown right there. Sand Crabs will play Brian Rudder as they fall to the El Campo Rice Birds 35-41. El Campo will travel to Wharton. Now we'll jump right in with the Victoria West Warriors as they're hosting the Flower Bluff Hornets. Both teams honored America by holding flags during the national anthem. What a sight to see. Now the game where Flower Bluff would strike first as Wyatt Elwood takes the handoff 61 yards to the house, making it 7-0 by the running of 7. Now Dion Green and the West Warriors answer back with a tough run up the middle, gaining 32 yards and putting it in great field position. QB Jeremiah Baldwin would take the snap, looking over the middle, tosses it up to DeAndre Fillmore, who tumbles in for the score, tying the game at 7 in the first quarter. Hornets would march down the field, and Nash Villegas would pound his way in for the score, 14-7 Hornets. But after an unfortunate fumble for the West Warriors, Flower Bluff has great field position and would capitalize with a 16-yard pitch and catch, 21-7 in the beginning of the second. Now the Warriors trying to get some momentum going, but another fumble scooped up and taken inside by Jacob Rose, just inside the 5-yard line, and it would set up an easy run up the middle for Cameron Johnson, 28-7 in a flash for the Hornets. Victoria West would take a beating tonight, 66-13, and they'll play CC King Friday for their first district matchup. Well, we'll have more highlights and scores coming up on Crossroads Football Live, and an interview with Tanya that you won't want to miss. So grab a drink and a snack, but don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back.
Hi folks, Greg at Full of Pep. Just like you, we're pet parents and animal lovers too. Here at Full of Pep, we carry a full line of premium pet foods including Victor, Taste of the Wild, and High Point, among others. No matter your pet's age, activity level, or dietary restrictions, we've got you covered. We also stock a large selection of pet toys, beds, and pet supplies to keep your fur babies clean and happy. Come see us at 1551 North Esplanade in Cuero or online at fullofpep.com.
Palace Bingo is open and our customers' health is our main concern. We installed UV lights in our building for your safety. These UV lights kill harmful germs in the air and combat COVID-19. Plus, our employees have masks on, hand sanitizer stations are available, and we have plenty of room for each of our guests to enjoy. We also sanitize the hall after each session. And don't forget, our UV lights keep the air clean. Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends and friends win money.
Where friends meet friends.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, no matter what you nurture or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Welcome back to Crossroads Football Live. Now, before we get to any highlights, let's head out to Cuero, where 25 Sports Now reporter Tanya Chalikian is live at Gobbler Stadium with the winners of our Game of the Week.
Coach, what a game this was. What do you have to say about your offense tonight against this Yoakum defense?
Well, I'll tell you what, their defense played really hard tonight. We struggled a little bit early in the first half. We kept shooting ourselves in the foot with some penalties and then getting behind the sticks and having to use a lot of long yardage situations. But second half, I thought we'd come back out and defense, our defense controlled the game all night long. And then second half, made our little bit of adjustments to come back out, and we executed and scored, found a way to get another 14 points.
Cuero is now 3-0 on the season. Coach, what do you think has led to this success?
It's the kids all the way. The kids are playing hard. They bought in. Culture's completely changed since last year as far as what they believe. They believe in the coaches. They believe in each other. And, it's an all for one, one for all kind of deal right now. And it's a lot of fun coaching them.
And what does this win mean more to you, Coach, because it is a rivalry?
I don't think it means any more to me, but it means something to me because it means something to the kids in the community. I just wanted us to play good in a big game, and we've been in two big games back to back, and that's what, playoff time, you got to be able to play every week, and our kids are starting to prove that they can play every week.
How do games like this prepare you for next week?
Well, hopefully, it's another big week next week. They beat us in the playoffs last year, and we beat them during the year. Navarro, they're going to be physical. They're going to be big and tough. And I'll say that about tonight. It was a physical game. They're helter-skelter on offense, but their backs were still very physical and tough and ran hard, and we had to tackle them all night long again. So, I thought all the kids in Cuero, they played really good.
Thank you so much, Coach, and congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Gino, back to you.
Thanks. Now we're going to check in with Tanya a little later, but let's head on down to Refugio, where it's the battle of the undefeated teams, where the Edna Cowboys would strike first. Here we go. We're waiting for them to take the snap. Takes the snap, hands it off, and a 15-yard touchdown run from Drayton Ashford against the #1 ranked team in the state. And this would give Refugio some shakes as falling down early in this game. Now Refugio quarterback Caleb Hesseltine looking to get something going, and he throws an interception to Edna corner Caleb Rodas and would lead to a field goal, 10-0 Edna. Caleb Hesseltine again to playmaker Jordan Kelly this time for a touchdown, making it 10-7 and giving Refugio a sigh of relief after that. Now late in the second quarter, Edna now down 14-10, but Cade Rodas takes the handoff and runs it up the middle, making it 17-14 Edna in the second. But unfortunately for the Cowboys, they would not be able to complete the upset and fall to the top-ranked Refugio Bobcats 55-38. Edna will now head to Columbus, and Refugio will prepare for Sabinal. Now let's head on down to Tanya, where she has a senior from tonight's game.
Xavier, you had 2 touchdowns against this rivalry team, Yoakum. Talk to me about that.
It feels great to do it against a rivalry team and just make plays, and it was pretty nice.
Okay, so you guys lost the last 3 years. This is your senior year, and you guys get this win. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. It was a game that we were pretty hyped up about all week, and it just feels great to get a win.
How do you take this win into next week?
It builds a lot of momentum for us. We had two tough games in our previous weeks, and it just hypes us up a lot.
I do have to ask, you guys, both schools got a slow start in this game, and there was a lot of turnovers coming on the second half. What changed?
We knew we had to keep our poise, not listen to all the noise going on, and just play football.
And how did you mentally prepare for this game? Like you said, you guys were going all week preparing for this game. What did you mentally to block out all that noise?
Just to prepare, to basically just stay calm, really go 100% in practice, and we knew it was going to be a lot of talk and to stay focused.
All right, well, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Gino, and I also think I'm going to have to bring a jacket because it is getting cooler already, and it's only the second week of September. So back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Tanya. I think you just had him at a loss for words there. But next up, we have the Palacios Sharks versus the Tidehaven Tigers. And Tidehaven quarterback Logan Crow would drop back, toss it right over the middle to Joseph Dodds, who takes it to the Sharks' 9-yard line. Second play here, 9-yard, they would eventually take the snap and get it in, running to the right side, breaking a tackle, and powering his way into the touchdown. Jose Martinez making it 7-0. Now, after another long drive, Tidehaven's Martinez again punches it in, making it 14-0 Tigers. Now, this is just another wacky play here. A botched punt. It would go over the punter, and Tidehaven would pile and grab the ball and get it in for the touchdown, making it 14-7 Tigers. And Tidehaven would pull out the win 28-7 over Palacios. Tidehaven plays Industrial at home next week, and Palacios will play against Ganado to look to get their first win of the year. Now, they're full of leading scorers. Now we go to the St. Joseph Flyers, who had their first home game of the year. Their leading scorers were Brother Marshall, who's a junior, and Monroe Hobbs, who had a touchdown as well, and Gage Barrera. The Flyers will be on the road next week against Fremont. Now Hallettsville will head to Rice Consolidated, and Ganado will look towards Palacios after Hallettsville just put a beating on them 45-7. And Shiner, here we go, let's go to Shiner. Industrial ranked number 9. They beat Van Vleck 49-8. Now we'll head over to Shiner, where Shiner just took care of business. Not a high scoring game, but 28-14, they get the job done over the private school Davenport. Next up, here we go, we'll go to the Bay City Black Cats, where they get the win. A lot of Crossroads teams winning tonight, 21-9 over the Wharton Tigers. Next, here we go, a close one. Goliad 37 over George West 32. Goliad will be back at home next week against Bishop. And this is an exciting one right here. The Bloomington Bobcats get their first win of the year, 28-0 over the Eagles. Bloomington will hit the road next week against Runge, where they look to snap their 33-game district losing streak and maybe their first playoff appearance since 1999. And the Louise Hornets win 41-0 over the High Island Cardinals. And the Brentwood Christian Bears would lose a close one to the Yorktown Wildcats, 45-40. They'll be home next week against Stockdale. Well, that's all we got. I mean, we had interviews from seniors and coaches. Love to see it. And we'll be back here again next week with more Crossroads Football Live with highlights and scores and everything in between. So if you need more, go to crossroadstoday.com. But until then, we'll see you next time.